Today, we're checking out a city building war game with some wicked graphics. It's called Land of Empires. You build up your city, you collect troops and heroes, and you smash other players. It's the kind of city building war game that I think you might be interested in. So stick around in this video for the things you want to know about Land of Empires. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and today's video is sponsored by the makers of Land of Empires. And if you download the game using the link in the description of this video, it will let the developers know that I sent you their way, which supports the channel. So thank you in advance for using the link in the description to download Land of Empires. So here's what we're going to do in this video. First, I'm going to give you an overview of the game. What are you here to do? I'll give you an introduction to your city, which includes the buildings, the research, the tech, all the stuff you want to work on, and I'll talk about the troops that are in this game, infantry, archers, and cavalry, and how you power them up. We'll talk about the heroes, which, yeah, have some pretty freaking sweet graphics, and the mechanics that you need to know, how to level them up and power them up. And we'll wrap things up talking about alliances and your lord overview, the map, and there's honestly just so much to do, so let's just get started. This is a city building war game where you are reclaiming portions of your city that have been captured by enemy forces. In fact, at the start of the game, you're on a quest series and sequence to unlock more and more parts of your city, and ultimately, I think we're fighting a dragon here, and I think we get to keep a dragon, have a dragon, awaken the Bloodshade, which, I mean, we'll work on that a little bit in this video. Now, from there, you'll be battling against other players, joining big alliances, and capturing objectives on a bigger map, but it all starts in your city, and there's a bunch of things that you need to know. Of course, much like what you're used to, in the upper right, you're going to see crucial resources. Right now, I've got food and wood, or really grain and wood, and there are a number of important buildings. The central building is your city hall. This caps the level of all your other buildings, and other very important buildings that I've unlocked so far includes, for example, the academy. The academy is where you do research for both your economy, your development capabilities, which is things like, for example, building speed, very important, and also you've got military technology. But unlike other games where you unlock higher tiers of troops from your military technology, in fact, this comes from your training buildings themselves. So if I get a look inside my infantry barracks, leveling up my barracks gives me access to higher and higher tiers of troops. The highest tier of troop in this game definitely looks a lot better than the lowest tier of troops, and that is my T10 infantry. Now, we'll talk more about these troops a little bit later on in the video, including counter-typing and all of that sort of important stuff you want to know, but there are 3 different troop types: the infantry, the cavalry, and the archers. Now, as I was showing you at the earlier part of the video, the heroes are a very integral part of your building up power in this game. They lead your armies to battle, and the way that you do battle in this game, I think, is very fun. So there are a number of ways that you recruit heroes. One of them is right over here in the recruit hero section. Of course, you get some number of free recruits a day, and ooh, I actually got a legendary shard, Poggers, a Valkyrie. Okay, sick. And I've got another recruit I can do over here, the advanced recruit. 3 of those per day. We get nothing too special. Epic Tome Page is the best item that I got from that pull. However, the way that you use your heroes, I want to show you. This is your road to heroes in your city. You complete a campaign, which we can go and challenge. I've completed 4 of the floors. I'll hit the challenge button, and you can see that you can use your heroes not only in the sort of combat that you're kind of used to, battling against other players and things like barbarians, which I'll show you in a bit, but also you've got this style of gameplay where you actually activate the skills on your heroes. So I'm going to smash the start button here, and I'm going to take it off of auto. I'm going to bring it back down to 1x speed, and once your hero glows, like you see here, you can decide to use their hero ability. Now, I'm kind of getting a little beat up here, so I'm going to use some of those hero abilities. Save the one for the next round, except there isn't a next round. I just win. Got him. Now, from this, I'm getting a number of things. I'm getting shards, which I need to upgrade my heroes. You can see that right over here. And also, I've picked up some badges. I'll show you exactly how to use those when we look at heroes and doing hero upgrades. But this is just, as I mentioned, one way in which combat happens in this game. If I go over here, can I even challenge this? Do I have enough power to tackle this? I do not yet. So let's find an appropriate challenge. If I zoom out on the map, you can see that there's a lot of stuff going on here. There are other players that you see here. There are also different creeps that I can fight on the map, ranging in level and difficulty. I will search for one that is an appropriate level for me. They're called invaders. I can probably do a level 4 and win. I'll send my troops off to battle here. You can see I've selected heroes. I select my troops. We march. I'll get there in 10 seconds. This is using a currency called mobility, kind of like action points. Once I get there, I can actually spectate the combat. And this is what the other side of combat looks like, which is kind of cool. So you actually can see how the fight is happening here, and theoretically, if you're more skilled than I am, start to make adjustments based on what you're seeing. And there is important things to learn about the balance of your infantry, archers, and cavalry, because the counter-typing is, of course, important. Here we get the W, decisive victory, I get some rewards, and that's one of the ways you can spend AP and one of the ways that you can do combat. I've got to get a little bit stronger before I can do this, so let's talk about the troops a little bit more and how those ultimately become stronger, because if I go into this troop training building, not only can I do research that will improve the strength of my troops, but also, if you look over here, you can increase your glory level, your glorious level, which gives your troops a special effect. So your troops can get powered up quite significantly. In fact, if I tap the little scroll in the upper right, you can see the ways in which I can advance this particular troop over time. I can increase my barracks glorious level all the way up to 5. The skills that are available are over here. And you can see the balance of hit points, attack, defense, ferocity, which is the higher the ferocity, the higher the extra damage the unit can deal. And also your endurance. The larger the load, the more resources you can gather. Okay, cool. Endurance kind of makes sense. We're used to that. Ferocity is kind of an interesting one, though. Your damage that you can deal. I would bet you that archers just freaking smash. Yeah, their ferocity is much higher over here. That makes a lot of sense. And then as I increase the glory level, you can see how that's getting boosted. And of course, as you increase the troop tier, whoo! Yeah, okay. Gets a lot stronger. One other thing that you can do in your city is the Hawk Watch. And the Hawk Watch is just a series of quests that give you some rewards. So for example, this quest over here is going to give me some resources. Obviously, I want resources. So I'm going to smash the go button on this. Here is my quest. I hit attack. I'm going to send my troops out. They get the job done. And once that's done, I'll get the reward. Now, if you look at my city, I did take a little bit of damage in my previous fight. I can go over here, heal the troops, and also you can be helped by your alliance members. You can see that little help icon right over here. That is really important in reducing the time it takes to get your buildings and research done. This is all stuff you're used to. Let's get a closer look now at the heroes and how you unlock their skills and levels. By the way, can we appreciate for a moment that these heroes do look pretty freaking awesome? And not only that, but you can put special skins onto your hero. For example, for Valkyrie, there's this glorious skin, which, yeah, looks pretty freaking dope. I actually can equip this, 100 attack, 100 defense, 800 hit points for this glorious Ragnarok Valkyrie skin. Yup, equipping it. That looks freaking sick. Plus, the legendary heroes have cutscenes showcasing, in this case, Valkyrie switching over to her glorious skin, which is going to happen in just a second here. And yeah, I mean, if you weren't already motivated to unlock the hero and to get the glorious skin, I definitely like the graphics and extra animations they've got here, showcasing the hero in this little cutscene. So if I go over here to my starting hero, it's El Cid. You get experience on this hero, and one thing that I really like is the incremental progress you get on your hero. And let me explain. You can increase the star level on your hero. You can see my El Cid is 1 star, and there are, in fact, 5 stars available here. Now, when I hit upgrade star, there is a pathway. So you don't need tons of shards all at once to get the next upgrade on this hero. You can do your upgrades very incrementally, gaining power and gaining strength as you go. So for example, the next star level I can get on this hero will give me boosted attack, boosted defense, and boosted hit points. Really nice. You can do these upgrades incrementally, but what's more is that you also can upgrade the skills, and you choose which skills you want to upgrade, which is really nice. So this is not random upgrades to your skills, but in fact, controlled. You pick the skills you want to upgrade. And on top of that, of course, when you have experience tomes, you can increase the level of the hero. But what's more is that you also can put equipment onto them. Now, there are a number of ways that you can go and get equipment, and this is one of the things that I actually really liked, is that I could take my heroes on a treasure hunt. So if I go back to the map, I can do a search for treasure, literally treasure. So I hit search, and there is a special energy that you have specifically for hunting treasure. So I'm going to smash search. We'll go now. I'm going to tap this right over here, explore. I can set up my team. I've got my ranged hero in the back, my tanky heroes in the front. I'm going to smash march. This is not very far for me to get to. And now I'm using a special currency to go treasure hunting. So I can show you what this looks like. I can walk around in here, and there are armies that I need to fight and treasure that I can pick up. Now I can show you in the upper left over here, I have exploration points in yellow that are going to burn down as I do this. However, I can find this army and fight them, and here are the rewards I can get, which includes equipment that I want to put onto my heroes. So I'm going to smash attack here just to show you what this looks like. I'm going to hit start. This fight should be very easy for me to just completely dominate. I hope. I assume. How embarrassing if I said it would be easy and as it isn't. And for the sake of the video, I've got it on auto and high speed, so I can just keep talking to you as we go. But I've got my victory here. Easy W. I get these rewards. And for the harder difficulties, you're definitely going to want to deploy your abilities manually. Harder fights, you need to do that manually. So from here, I actually now can walk past this and check this out. Ooh, I can pick up a boost for the rest of my treasure hunt. In this case, I'll increase my max hit points, poggers, and then I can make my way over here. You can see I'm not the only one treasure hunting here, but thankfully, just because somebody else is treasure hunting here doesn't mean that they get the treasure and I don't. I think we all can enjoy the treasures here. I can smash another level if I wanted. Every time I do one of these levels, it is spending my energy that I need for this. And I've mentioned I wanted to talk about counter typing. In the upper left here, you can see infantry counters cavalry, cavalry counters archers, archers counter infantry. This is something you're very much used to, right? Okay, now from here, as I mentioned, I can pick up rewards and, woo, gems, baby! Gems and healing speeds. Poggers, let's go. So each time I pick something up, it is using some of my energy, so you got to be kind of careful with what you do here. And I can explore further and further into this area to get more and more challenging rewards and fights. Now, moments ago, I had flashed this up on the screen very briefly, but there's actually something really important I want to show you in your Lord screen. And the thing that I want to show you is the talent section, because you, as a Lord, have talents that are really important. And one of the things I really like about this talent system is that they give you activated abilities. So, for example, in the war section, okay, there is an activated ability called Urgent Recall. Immediately recall all troops to your city. This is a really cool ability, and trust me, very important in a city building war game. If you've ever been in a tough spot and you need to get home fast, yeah, having the ability to one time, every period of time, bring your troops home is really crucial. Here's Mass Expedition. Increase your march capacity by 10% for 30 minutes. Right? These are abilities that typically have a longer cooldown. In fact, I've got one ability already that's pretty cool that's called Accelerated Production. Gives the resources equal to 2 hours worth of output from all my resource buildings. So for example, this is something that I can go and activate. I'll go back to my city over here, way back to my city, and I'll push this button right over here. And I actually, man, I've got a couple abilities. I have Construction Mania, increase my building speed for 60 minutes. That's a cool one. But the economy one, Accelerated Production, use. And I get my 2 hours of resources to my resource buildings. Pretty cool. Okay, I've unlocked my dragon, also known as the Titano. And this thing is freaking beast, even though currently the one I have is kind of a baby, technically a whelp. So the Titano actually comes into battle with you and will fight. And there are different Titanos that you can collect. This one is still in an egg form, but I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute. This is the one I have, and I can enhance its combat effectiveness by collecting the things needed in order to advance it and basically grow it up, right? Until it's full-fledged combat form. So when I smash advance after I've collected both the Crimson Dragon Scales and also the Ancient Dragon Claws, we smash the button here. It gets more powerful. And also, as you start to mature your Titano, its appearance will look different. Now, one thing I can do, in addition to power it up, is to actually feed this bad boy. So I can choose to feed it some of this juicy lamb. Yum, yum, yum. Level goes up. Primitive bird eggs. Level goes up. You can see these give different amounts of experience. My maximum level currently is 20. However, let me show you another Titano, the one that's currently an egg for me. And if I get a closer look at this, man, he does look pretty freaking cool, though. And as he advances from whelp to juvenile to subadult to young adult, dude, to full-fledged form, I mean, it looks pretty freaking dope. So yes, I very much like the graphics of the Titanos, and the Titanio system does seem very cool. In fact, I can even give you a preview of what this would look like in a battle. Here it is. Boom! Swooping in and freaking shredding. Yeah. So the Titanios are powerful. One of the last things I want to cover in this video is alliances. And there's a lot to cover with alliances because, as is the case with any good city building war game, having a great alliance is absolutely crucial to your progression. Now, I'm in an alliance that it's just an open alliance. Anybody can join, but you want to be with a great team, in part because you can give aid to your alliance members, which includes helps. I will aid all now. There is a shop with rewards that you can pick up. You get this currency you see in the upper left, those stars, because I've been helping. And also, there are events. These alliance events are really important. Some of these are pretty basic. I can claim all these rewards. Cha-ching. But from here, there are also bigger, more important events like this one you see here, which is going to require people to team up. In fact, I showed you exploration earlier. A part of what's important for your exploration is to have people in your alliance also exploring. So the further and further you get into here, some of the challenges will only be beatable if other people from your alliance also attack that challenge. So teamwork is really important in this game. And if you want to check out Land of Empires, which I certainly am enjoying playing, please do use that link in the description. It supports the channel tremendously and lets the sponsors of today's video, the developers of the game, know that I sent you their way. So thank you for downloading Land of Empires and checking out this city building war game. I think you might enjoy it. And if you've got any other tips or tricks for the early game, please do leave a comment down below. I want to know what they are. Until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.